Hi, you guys. How are you?
What it is? What's up?
You know,
Just
you can't say the rest. Welcome to another Love Lazy Day Conversations. I'm Candace.
And I'm. Can we introduce ourselves? Our last show?
No, not the last one. You just jumped into it. So I was just like,
My name is LaShonda.
now you know. Because if you watched the last episode and you're like, who are these people? Now you know our name. Hi.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Never seen you a day in my life. Oh my god!
If we met now, do you think we would be friends?
No, absolutely not.
Wait a minute. Let me break this up. If we just met like last week, both of us just started working at the same job together, would we be friends?
No, absolutely not.
Will we ever be friends?
I think we may eventually be friends. Like once I got to know you, I'd be like, oh, okay, she cool people. But at first, I would be like, because we have nothing in common, Shonda.
So wait now, what would be your first impression of me?
I don't know if you act like how you acting now, super, nice and friendly. But I know how you are at work, so that's why I would be like,
how am I at work, Ken?
You be mean.
Says a person that has never worked with me a day in their life.
Yes, but I know how she be at work because I be calling her and she supposed to be working and she be mad. So
I'm not mean to my coworkers.
I'm
not. Some of the ones that need to be mean. I told the girl today, I was sitting in my little room. I had the door closed and I had the heater on. She was coming over the door and just be talking. I want to ask you about, I said, close the door. God, like you letting all this hot air out. I'm cold. I got the heater on. I said, just close the door. Then I was doing they was sitting there. This other girl just bust through the door. No tap, no knock, no excuse me, no nothing. She just bust through the door. I said, you could knock. I said, you ain't gotta knock wait for me to respond, but at least and come in or something. At least give me some type of notification. You don't just bust through the door. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did your mom teach you etiquette?
Oh my God.
So that's not mean. That's just telling people something they need to know.
She set clear boundaries at work.
Honey, clear.
With Shonda at all.
Honey, it's clear caution tapes all the way around.
So I don't know. We may get along because I'm the same way at work.
See,
like
you mean at work too, Kim.
I'm not mean. I just take very little foolishness and I speak my mind.
Because you give a mile, if you give them an inch, they take 2 miles.
Yeah, and I'm very vocal and like this ain't right,
and I'm not gonna do
it. That part. Or if they be like, Candace, you do such a good job. We want to give you more work to do. Can you do this? Because you do such a good job. Can you pay me more? And that's a dead serious question. And if they say no, I'll be like, can't do it. Mm-hmm. And I don't.
Nope. Not doing it.
Not doing it.
I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry.
Exactly. Sorry, not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? What you were saying about your coworkers actually made me think of our topic. Because are they younger than you?
Some of them are, yes.
So do you feel like the generation
the one that had no open is not younger than me. She's older than me.
Oh.
Close the door.
Maybe she hot. Maybe that's why she left.
But you get out my room then.
But she had to tell you something.
Honey, and close the door. Close the door. Jeez. Okay.
Oh my
Go ahead.
gosh.
What was you about to say?
Well, with the younger people who you work with, have you noticed a difference in like our generation? I'm gonna make us sound really old by saying our generation and this new generation. What you think about these jokers? I'm pointing this way because my brother was over there, but he gone. But
I think that the newer generation was given a voice very early in their life. Like, they were given a voice very early in life, and we did not find our voice until our 30s, some people are still trying to find their voice.
That's true. So what do you think the difference is in do you think that, well, first of all, do you think that's a bad thing?
I think it's both. I think it's good and bad. I think it's good because, I think everybody should have a voice, but I think that sometimes the kids at this generation are getting a voice too soon. At 2 years old, it's like, just get anything you want, I don't care. Do anything you want, I don't care. And they having too much of a say-so in their lives. And so that's why they have a lack of direction.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a voice though, because I do feel like just letting younger ones know, like, it's okay to say no. It's okay to not hug. How we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
That's giving them a voice, even at that age, where they can be like, I want to hug Uncle so and so because
he creeps me out.
He creeps me out. He made me feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's okay. I just feel like is it too much freedom? It's not. No, it's not proper boundaries put in place on their age. It's kind of just like, oh, you my little friend, so I'm gonna treat you like my friend. And it's like, no, they're a child. They need boundaries set in place. They need discipline. They need structure. And when you don't give them that, they be crazy.
Yeah. And I think that we had more of a, if that don't work, figure it out. But these kids have more of a, if that don't work, that's just not for you. Just try something else. It's like, no. Sometimes everything in life is not going to be perfect. It's not going to end up perfect.
Here's a reward for trying.
Here's a reward for trying. So, my little cousin had her field day. And so I went to her field day. I was so excited, going to field day.
But I used to be excited.
But before I left, I was so disappointed.
Why?
Because there was rewards. Everybody got a participation award. Nobody won first place. Nobody won second place. Nobody won no place at all. Everybody got a participation award. And that was so boring to me because I was like, but somebody got to lose. And I think losing is okay. Is losing not okay? And what? Losing not okay.
So they don't have it like, how it used to be. It used to be, even if you didn't win in your event, your team got points. And at the end of the day, they'll announce on the intercom with class one. You be like, class
one. No. Because back in the day when we went to field day, it was like bragging rights for the rest of the school year when you won the field day. Like that was, your class and your teacher was the it because you won the field day. No. And ain't nobody won anything. And so what happened was you had children that didn't, and when, so it was a little boy that was doing something. My little cousin won whatever they was. I can't remember the exact event. She won whatever they was doing. So, I'm a little competitive. So I looked at the little boy and I was like, hey, you lost. And my cousin, my little cousin was like, she was like, you lost.
Not to the little child.
Well, he lost.
It's the children, Shonda.
He lost. And so I told him that he lost, and he started crying.
You made the child cry.
You lost, though. You did not win. You lost.
You didn't have to make the boy cry, though.
I didn't know he was gonna cry. I just want to let him know that he lost, and I feel that that's very healthy to tell children that they lost. It's healthy. You didn't win, but guess what? Try again tomorrow.
Do you think that there's a balance though? Because I am athletically challenged. For some reason, they kept putting me in event because I'm really tall. I was always tall as a child, the tallest person in the class, except for one other boy. The school, except for one other boy. What's his name? Buck. Mm-hmm. Buck was the only one taller than me. Mm-hmm. But so they would put me in events like running or stuff that they thought I would be good at, and I'm like, I can't. Put me in the egg toss or the balloon toss. Don't balance the egg on my spoon.
Yeah, that was you should have been in the balance the egg.
Because I can step long. I can't run though.
Yeah.
So they would put me in the running stuff, and it would just it would hurt my feelings so bad because I could never do it.
Yeah, Kim, but I just feel like It's okay to say you lost. If you didn't run a thing, you lost. You just lost.
Yeah, it is. It is okay to say that you lost, because at the same time, I learned what events I was good at and which ones I wasn't.
And I'm sure that at some point you was able to tell the teacher, "Hey, I'm not good at running. Don't put me on anything." Because we always before we actually had field day, we always went over as a class. Like, who y'all think is good at running? Such, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure when they said Candace, they probably was like,
nope.
And erased
I would be telling them that every time. I'd be like, I can't run. They wouldn't listen to me. They just saw my height and was like, oh, you should be good. No, I can't. I'm slow. Stop putting me in this event. Give me the water balloon. Give me the egg on the spoon. Let me run like that. I can take steps and beat the children because my legs long in that, but everybody moving slow.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, I think it's fine to tell kids that they're lost, but I think that the children these days honestly do not have the stick to itness.
Mm-hmm.
It's a word. They don't have it because they feel like if they don't do, I just give up. I'm just not good. And it's like, no,
try.
Stick with it though. You know,
you can improve.
Yeah, because you can improve. You can improve.
I do feel like that is a difference from how we were raised, because we were right at that end. I don't know if we fall in the category of millennial or Gen X. We're kind of in between.
I think what are we? Let's see. We need a what? Millennial years. Okay, so the millennial years are
millennial.
Huh? So Gen Y or millennials were born between 1981 and 1996. They're currently between the age of 25 and 40. So we are millennials.
We're millennials or Gen Y. I used to hate to admit we're millennials, but I think I'm okay with that now, because we grew up with the best of both worlds. Like we had we came up when electronics were first coming out.
Yes.
So
because we didn't have computers and stuff in our classroom.
We didn't have computers and stuff like that. So we were like the last group that we got like the best. And we see stuff change even now. Because I look at the cell phones now and I'm like, God, now I remember my first cell phone. It like flipped down and had a long thing, pull up the talk on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, we saw the progression to where they were.
Beepers. I remember beeping my mama had a beeper, and I remember she was at work. And I remember beeping my mama, honey. Like when you have to do the number, you have to put your phone number in, honey. Just call me, honey. Call me so I can ask if I can have the popsicle in the freezer, please. And this is an emergency.
Beepers. So we experienced like the best of both worlds, and the best of you don't just get stuff just because you have to work hard for it.
Yeah,
you got to put an effort behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like we ain't throw no tantrums, because if we did, we're gonna get knocked next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel like it's a difference as far as discipline goes, how we were raised. I do feel like for us, our voices were stunted.
Very much stunted.
Because we
very much.
It either was just we just didn't talk about certain topics, or it was like,
I don't care what you like and what you don't like. Right. You're gonna do it.
Seen but not heard. So you didn't feel like it was okay to express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And there
was no such thing as gentle parenting.
Yeah.
For most of us.
Which I think and I was watching, it's this thing on Hulu called The Parent something. It got all different parents and how they raise their kids. Mm-hmm. And gentle parenting is not what you think. I was thinking gentle parenting is like, oh, you treat them like babies, they can do no wrong, you just let them do whatever. No. Gentle parenting is literally like you let them have a voice, you let them express themselves, but they be like, okay, like say so-and-so is upset because they can't get no cookies.
Mm-hmm.
You'll let them express themselves and you'll be like, okay, but if you eat cookies before dinner, you're going to lose your appetite. They still throwing a fit. Okay, they still have consequences though. It's like, okay, if you can't calm down, you're not going to be able to do X, Y, Z. So it's still like cause and effect. They still get consequences for their actions.
But it's like you're explaining. You're explaining. Because when we was young, it was like,
stop crying. I'll give you something to cry about.
I'm coming. I'm finna get you. And you be like, well, what did I do? And not realizing that, I think gentle parenting is also realizing that your child is a child and that they're learning.
Yeah.
When we was like, it was like, you should have known better. I was like, well, I can't know better because I'm 3.
I know better.
I can't know better. I've never been here before.
And even with the gentle parenting, like stuff that they repeat, they'll be like, okay, so you remember last time when you did this happened. Mm-hmm. So now this and this is going to happen. Mm-hmm. And they still have the balance of discipline and stuff. So I don't think gentle parenting is, they're not pushovers. And they don't just let their child run them over and run the roost, so to speak. They're like, all right. They talk through certain things with their child and incorporate stuff to help them calm down, which I feel like is important because we learning this stuff as doggone almost 40-something-year-old adults.
How to calm down,
how to regulate your emotions, how to deep breathe, just to let me calm down a minute. Just so
I think that most people in our generation though have a higher anxiety.
Yes.
Because we weren't able to just be like, you weren't able to just be calm in yourself. You had to be like, feel like you had to do this to not get in trouble or hyper perform.
You can just be yourself and it's okay. Mm-hmm. It was more to it.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't do it. You better not go out here and embarrass me.
Like, don't be. What you asking that for? Because I want to know.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I ask this question?
Yes.
So I do think, as far as kids nowadays, especially ones raising kids, I think they have some pluses to them, but also
some minuses.
Because I think some of them don't have balance and discipline along with rearing their kids. But
do you think that we have an advantage? Like, who do you think have the greatest advantage though? Or if there's a generation that has a great advantage?
I feel like, and I guess it's the generation coming up, like say we have kids, because a lot of us in our age group are actually learning how to take care of, like, it's this new movement on self-care, taking care of your mental well-being. Mm-hmm. We're actually educating ourselves because I'm like, the resources are out there now. Yes. So we're educating ourselves on these things to get to a better headspace because we're sick of feeling miserable. So we're educating ourselves. So I feel like those ones who took the initiative to educate themselves, that generation will be a better group of kids. Like when they have kids, that group of kids will be a better group of kids to come up because they'll have those tools that we learn
to set boundaries and stick with your boundaries.
Yeah, on them. But at the same time, it's a lot of people in our generation following the same stupid pattern that they have their whole life and just don't want to. It frustrates me.
It's a comfort. It's just being I'm comfortable.
I'm comfortable in my foolishness.
I'm comfortable here in my foolishness, so let me just sit in my foolishness. It's basically what it is.
I don't know. It makes zero sense to me. I'm like, why can't you learn and grow and be like you okay? I understand it's a comfort thing, but lots of times their comfort thing be a miserable, like they're not happy. Right. Like they're not happy with themselves, not happy with stuff that go around, not happy with choices that they make, but yet and still continue to make the same choices. What? Mm-hmm. So that frustrates me about our generation.
So now if you had a choice between generations, would you rather be born in and raised in the 90s? Or what?
I would like to be in the same how we are now. I'm glad I grew up in the time for now I grew because I feel like I have a good balance of both playing outside, enjoying that environment, because you did not want to come inside for nothing in the world. Inside was a punishment.
It was.
Going outside, playing all day, literally being locked out. Your mom used to do this. My mom didn't do this. But if we went outside, we had to stay out there. We couldn't come in and out the house.
We couldn't either.
No, I'm saying at your house we couldn't. Here we could.
Oh yeah, your mom be like, honey, we want to come in and take a break and watch TV. She'd be like, it's fine. If we ran back outside, it's fine, honey.
Yes. Shirley. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to put her name on blast.
That's her name, honey.
She was like, no, you outside, stay outside.
Stay outside. Well, I gotta go to the bathroom. You get like one bathroom break and go back out there though.
Or you find a tree in the corner and you be
like, what are you doing in here that's so secretive?
Right.
Honey.
I just need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, God. Good gracious.
But I feel like that was fun because I remember being at my aunt's house and just riding your bicycle. That was the best thing in the world. Get with the neighborhood kids. I remember we used to be so far away from the house. I'm like, how did we not get kidnapped?
Yeah, see, we ain't never do that. We ain't never go far away from no house.
Mm-hmm. We rode our bikes all around the neighborhood. Then we go to the little gas
I want to
station.
start riding bicycles again.
Yeah, people should do that again. I think it's fun. I was watching something on TikTok where it was like a bike. They call it a bike bus, but it was this school. They had certain spots where you can meet up in the morning with your kids and their bicycles, and they'll have music playing and be like, all right, we're going to ride out. And all of these children ride their bicycles to school. Oh, I was like, that looked like so much fun.
But it's encouraging like exercise.
Yeah, it's encouraging exercise.
Aww.
And so they call it the bike bus. And I was like, that's such a cool idea.
That is.
But yeah, so I think
there's pros and cons to each generation.
I do. I think there are pros and cons to each generation. So,
but I'm glad that we saw the technology age. Like,
yeah, I'm glad
because I mean, honey, now being able to just simply need a producer to Google something simple, and then back in the day need
research and stuff before you even,
honey, encyclopedias. And that was just atrocity.
That is so crazy. It's like we grew up where you had to go and in school we had to learn how to use the Dewey Decimal System so we can look up stuff and research items.
That's one thing we done. Now stuff like that is crazy because we never used it. I think we learned it and then who uses it?
We didn't use it. We used it when we had to go and research stuff to do our report.
I'm saying now.
Oh yeah, now. It's what it's for. You said. So yeah,
nobody ever used the Dewey Decimal System ever. Right now.
Say so. I remember
who used it.
We grew up with Oregon Trail. You remember that?
Nah, let's talk about Oregon Trail.
That was the game.
Oregon Trail had me in a serious chokehold.
It was so good.
To the point that just recently, actually, I was trying to find a similar game and try to download it, but I couldn't.
I downloaded on my phone and I put everybody, like I put you in there. You died.
Was it diphtheria?
Diphtheria.
Everybody died of diphtheria.
I was trying to keep everybody alive. Everybody in my wagon died except for me. Oh,
it sounds like that's it was on purpose.
No, it wasn't. Y'all know how Oregon Trail was. It's like
because I'm a survivor in real
life.
You
did something and it would be like so and so died of dehydration.
Yeah.
Snake bites. So, and I'll be like, yo, stay. I kept saying on the screen. I'm like, stay in the wagon. Why you got out?
Yeah, it's always. But honey, shooting a little bird. That was honey. It was the
that
fun.
Was fun. You go honey.
Oregon Trail was so fun. It was like the best game ever. It
was so good. And then we had a lot of stuff growing up, like just the digital age. We had the Gigapets.
I have a Gigapet, but you had one that died.
I kept it alive till it died, though. It got old.
Yeah, I kept it alive till it died. Duh, that's anything. You keep it alive till it died. That's what with plants, trees, animals.
You're making it sound like it died instantly. It did not. I kept it alive till it got old and it died and it grew like little wings and it flew off.
To heaven? To Gigapet heaven?
To Gigapet heaven.
Oh my God.
I was like, oh. He died.
Oh my God.
We had the best shows. We had the best cartoons. We had the best, we had all that. Snick. Kenan and Kel show.
Kenan and Kel.
So we had a lot of good things.
We did have a lot of good things.
Which generation do you think is best? Now or us?
Yeah. And if you're part of this generation, you may think this generation is better. If you do, tell us why.
I'm asking you, which one you think is better?
Oh, because I grew up then, I think it's better. Because I can't say because I never grew up in this. But I think as far as some things with parenting, I think I would prefer this generation. But as far as like the memories and the stuff we got to see, I prefer ours.
Yeah, I prefer ours. I want bits and pieces of stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like how our parents did us, parts of it was good. But I just wish we was more in tune with our feelings and emotions and
let us be in boundaries tune with our emotions.
Yes. And let us establish boundaries.
Can you get in my boundary?
And saying, but you in mine.
This is my boundary. Don't cross it. I'm gonna move my hand now. This is a consequence. I'm gonna move my hand. If you cross my boundary, there will be consequences.
Gosh. Anyway, stop! She's so abused. Y'all see this? See, this is violence from our generation. This is a bad thing. Anyway, she pulled my hair. She's so mean to me.
Sometimes when those boundaries get crossed, like everyone knows, well, I said clear, concise boundaries. I said it in a very nice tone. I said, Candace, this is the boundary. If you cross this,
because you being mean and taking up space so unnecessarily. Anyway,
it's half of the thing, the armrest. See?
Anyways, let us know which generation you're from. Let us know which generation is.
Y'all saw it hit me.
Let us know. How did you grow up? Do you feel like millennials, because they got the best of both worlds, had a good time?
She bit me.
I did not bite you. She put her fingers in my mouth. But do you think that how we grew up was good because we got the best of both worlds? Do you think? Stop touching me.
Which one you think is best, guys? I was trying to talk, but she finally stopped talking, so now I can say something. Which generation do you think is best? Do you think like the generation that we grew up, like the millennial generation, or what is this generation? What is this? Z? Gen Zers?
I don't know what they is.
I think this is Gen Zers.
Z?
No,
wait. Why?
Why? Do we go back to A?
I don't know.
Was it like AA? Generation AA?
Is it Generation Alpha? They can't be alphas because they didn't come first. Or is that? I don't know.
What's the next generation?
What's the next generation?
We need a producer. I said this at least once. I think this time it was twice. This time.
We don't know what the next
We need a
generation is.
producer.
Oh, was it the old generation, like the latchkey kids generation, or the?
Some of us was latchkey children.
Some of us were, but we're kind of like at that threshold, especially me and you, to where we could kind of teeter on either or.
Mm-hmm.
Latchkey kids, I think, are like the middle of the 70s to the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're called the forgotten generation, and a bunch of them like we're happy to be forgotten. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
So that generation, and then before them, is
The baby boomers.
Is that the boomers? I don't think that's the boomers. Like it's one more before boomers. Boomers are like the old.
The 50s. The boomers were the 50s.
I think. I don't know. Tell us what we don't know what these generations.
We don't know.
Tell us down in the comments below.
Please
tell us your favorite generation and why. Tell us what's good about this one, what's bad about this one, and don't be clumsy. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.